So you're sick of being small and skinny, and maybe even want to feel a woman's touch. But most importantly, you want to get big. There's this little supplement called Mass Gainer. Should you be taking Mass Gainer? Well, what exactly is it? As the supplement states, it is meant to help you gain weight. Now this supplement specifically is higher in protein and carbs, but it is lower in fat. Now this is important because carbs give you energy and put glycogen into the muscle, and chances are if you are taking Mass Gainer, you're probably exercising along with it. So it's really just one of those extra added benefits to it. Now keep in mind that it's not necessarily meant to be nutritious like a multivitamin or a vegetable, but it is meant for extra calories and to help you gain weight. Now this is important to keep in mind because it is not always easy to eat all of your calories. For me personally, a whole bunch of my calories actually come from drinking them in the form of a protein shake in the morning and at night. It's funny because drinking calories is actually the reason a lot of people struggle to lose weight. So use this to your advantage when trying to gain weight. Keep in mind that many mass gainers have whey protein in it, which is mostly meant to help you build muscle, which means this does take a hit in the form of lower calories. Now there are some cons to Mass Gainer. If you take too much of it, you could have gastrointestinal issues from the excess protein, which could further cause cramps or even bloating. Remember, this is a marathon, not a race. Think of it like this. If you worked out 15 hours a day, you aren't going to gain as much muscle as opposed to if you worked out 1 or 2 hours a day. This is because you're basically overtraining your body, your muscles don't get enough time to recover. The same goes for Mass Gainer. You can't just double the dosage, especially when it's already about 500 to 1500 calories per serving. When you're taking in that amount of excess calories that fast, you're literally just going to get fat. Mass Gainer won't necessarily make your physique look better, but if you are using it as a supplement when working out, then it is very helpful in terms of being an aid to you as opposed to being completely relied on. Again, this is mostly for weight gain, not necessarily pure lean body mass tissue. And just to be clear, Mass Gainer should not consume all of your meals. It should be used in addition to your regular diet to push you above maintenance calories. Your regular calories should consist of a rainbow of foods. You want to make sure you're getting enough fruits, vegetables, grains, and so on. Remember that when you're bulking, you are gaining body fat, but that being said, the increase in weight leads to an increase in weight pushed, which leads to an increase in muscle gained. However, if you are not a newbie lifter, chances are you aren't even going to gain 1 pound of pure lean body mass in the span of 1 month. Most of it will likely be water weight and fat, which takes us back to that other point I made earlier where it is a marathon, not a sprint. This is a long-term process that will eventually convert that fat into muscle. Okay, so you already made the commitment to start taking it. Now, how often should you be taking Mass Gainer? Well, honestly, you could take it every single day as long as you are consistently working out. You don't want to just take it 7 days a week. If you are going to the gym maybe only once or twice a week, chances are you might be gaining fat off of that, which I know some people might just take it because they are a very skinny guy or girl and they just want to get bigger. But if you are a weightlifter, but you don't go as frequently, keep in mind that you will likely be getting more fat than muscle. Let's say for more serious gym goers, you go anywhere between 3 to 6 days a week. It is okay to take it on your rest days as well, especially because a lot of us who are skinny people wanting to gain weight will eat a bunch of food on one day alone. There's a common occurrence that when we eat so much food on one day, it could carry over into the next couple days where we eat half of our maintenance calories instead of trying to keep above maintenance in order to help us actually gain that weight. And of course this is a problem because we eat a whole bunch this day, then we eat this much the next day, and then the same the day after that. It all kind of evens out in the end, so you're not really gaining anything. As far as when to take Mass Gainer, I recommend normally after your workouts, just because you don't want to work out on such a heavy stomach, because Mass Gainer is meant to be pretty dense and it will sit in your stomach, especially if you don't let it digest at least 1 to 2 hours beforehand. So what you could do is take half of it in the morning or a few hours before you're going to work out, and then take the other half at night or just after your workout. That way you still get the same amount of calories in, and you don't have to worry about force drinking yourself. So how exactly do you incorporate mass gainer into your diet? I preach a lot on this channel that when you are bulking or want to gain weight, I recommend going anywhere between about 100 to 300 or even 400 calories above maintenance level, as opposed to something much harder like 600 to 1,000 calories above maintenance. This is important because, like I was saying earlier, you don't want to just gain all that weight and then lose it the next day because you ended up eating so much the day before and you weren't that hungry the next few days after that. You want to keep it on and build on that. Once again, just like most things, this goes back to being a marathon, not a sprint. Not to mention, it'll be much easier to maintain this over time, as opposed to if you're just stuffing your face and force feeding and you're feeling full and sick to your stomach all the time. No one is going to last. Whether you're starving yourself or force feeding all the time, that's not sustainable. Something in small increments over a long period of time will get you those results. And not only will you get those results in either gaining weight or losing weight on the other end of the spectrum, but you will also have a healthy relationship with food, and you won't feel the need to force yourself to do something that you don't want to do. The food can't ask for your consent. So in the end, should you be taking mass gainer? Well, I guess that really depends and is up to you. If you're a very skinny person and you want to gain weight, make sure you are supplementing that mass gainer with actual working out, so that way you can not only gain weight but gain muscle on top of that, and you're not just getting fat. And hopefully all these ways can help you out in doing it in a smart and intelligent manner. YouTube thinks that you'll love this video next, so be sure to check it out. Subscribe.